Hello? Hello, 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 hello. My bed's a mess. I don't know why that's the first thing that I spotted, but anywhoosies. What is going on, my beautiful rebellionators? Your tiny rebellious Leroy Club Rebel, and welcome back to another episode of Ding Ding Rumples. I'm very excited to play this game. Very excited to continue where we left off. Let me turn on that desktop audio. By the waysies. Gotta make sure that everything's going swell. Okay. Last where we left off. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Our other bestie, Chihiro, has been killed. I'm very sad about that because Chihiro is one of my few favorite characters of the Danganronpa franchise. And now they're gone. And I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen, but I'm still sad about that. Like, even though I knew it was coming, it still hurts. So this episode, we're going to find clues on who murdered Chihiro. That is the whole point of this plot. We're here to avenge the murder. We have Yasuhiro up on the... One second. Making sure. So let's also hope that things go well connection-wise. Like, also, we literally just found the body. We found the body, and I said, see ya next time. So, anywhoosies. Let's continue. Pouring myself some yerba mate. Oh, I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing from the ground. Or like yerba mate from a soda can that shooketh. Byakuya, on the other hand. I was like, this is totally awesome and I'm chill with it. Most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm. Almost like he was watching this on all unfold in front of a TV screen. Or like you're playing a video game. Looks directly at the camera. I see. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna make sure that volume and shiz is good. Look. Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow. And something has been written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust? Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity. It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was trying to say. And before I could even begin to clear my head... Hey! I heard screaming! That wasn't me! Did something... Ah! Chihiro? Yeah, it's my favorite part. Ding dong bing bong, baby. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Couldn't help it. Love Monokuma. Love his lines. It's great. Sorry, still adjusting some volume shiz. Okay. Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. What the hell was that? That's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka's, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. It's gonna be handy in the future. I imagine it's so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement? Then Chihiro really is? Dead? Yes. How? How did I get that? DJ Precise. Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. No, spooky. Taka bolted out of the locker room. The Byakuya and I screwed around with the evidence. Get it? Screw bolts. Okay. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time at all had passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. I don't know how to do the bird noise. I want to learn how to do the bird noise. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body. Oh shit. Oh no. I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Fuck, man. What the fuck is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. It was only just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Shut up. Love it. As people are mentioning the bloodlust. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. No, it's written in highlighter ink. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. Kyoko, I love you, and I know you're just thinking to yourself out loud, but like, how on earth could it be a dying message in the first place? Have you seen the state Chihiro is in? Their arms cannot write that dying message on the... Yeah. You get the point. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust and blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. What nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings. Then, this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way! But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity. I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. Ah! What is it now? Toko! Hina was pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No, why? 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 Don't. She fainted! That did not sound good! Toko! Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. She's like, ah! Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up! She's like slapping her like, bah, 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 bah. Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood, which was really weird considering we all saw Junko get absolutely shish kebabbed. And there was blood everywhere, and she didn't faint then. Kind of a weird inconsistency. So she's hemophobic. Sorry, not homophobic, hemophobic. I said hemophobic the first time. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. Hiro. Bro. She's passed out, not asleep. There's a difference. No, I don't think I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping. Like, on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha. Oh, there's nothing up there.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. Okay. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortion she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. Sorry, excuse me. Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know. It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko. Tongue? Are you okay? I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? I imagine she goes and pokes the body. She did laugh.
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Oh. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? It's clear to me everything is not fine. So states Captain Obvious. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Hold on. Oh. I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? Aw, she totally ignored me. Serves you right. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation? The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. My baby! Ben, it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? There's a motherfucking helicopter. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my god, it's flying right over my house. Shut up. 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 It's gone. God, I hate the outside world. That another one of us is the imposter. Another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that. Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? The good stuff. I sure did, chum.
The Monokuma file.
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So, please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation. Do
Wait.
we really gotta do another investigation? My baby Chihiro, why'd they gotta go like that? Examining the corpse of one of our friends? Having to suspect all our other friends?
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too. I've had enough. I'm getting out of here. Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. Bro! Dude, have a little bit of respect. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
What? What? Do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine. Then go off and die somewhere. Fuck you. Right now, go ahead, you're way. If I had a third hand, nay, four hands, fuck you. A dead body is an object? Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko! If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro, hello? Over the intense music. Beautiful username, you won't, coward. It's like the meme, what are you gonna do, shoot me? It reminds me of that. Welcome to the rebellion. Feel free to stick around for a while. Hopefully you enjoy your time. Happy Pride Month. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then, unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. 1 second. God, I'm very, very tired for some reason. This is a great game. I know, right? I love this game. But I need to add like a notification of like any time that I play a game to keep it spoiler free. So please keep it spoiler free for the sake of people that might be coming in and for the VOD. But feel free to talk about stuff that's already happened. You're absolutely welcome to. Or talk about anything at all. I thrive on audience participation. Oh damn, we're almost at 60 followers. That's incredible. Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat. I love meat. Sorry, I'm actually a vegetarian. Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. If any one killing game, in any killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
so
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out at least the potential of a serial... I butchered that. You don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting.
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the next class trial. God, he's such a dick. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then that's great. I will also be quoting Game Grumps because I've played this, and that's how I got into this game. That one more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch.
You need to shut the fuck up. I love him. Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna go drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off, maybe even drop kicked.
There is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation toot sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro, then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. Chihiro's dead. This is why you never make emotional attachments with people, because they could just die. Give me a second. I gotta moist the throat. Everyone, chat. Favorite character of Ding Dang Rumples. Mine's obviously Chihiro. Hi. Okay, that's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate. First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Nice! Sometimes it's a jive. Hey, Makoto. Do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh? Didn't you say this is a single-player game? You're contradicting yourself, buddy.
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. I choose you, Makoto. Go. Makoto. Okay, if Makoto was a Pokemon, damn. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. You should be honored and thrilled. Feel honored and be thrilled. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
That fits his personality. Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Oh, joy! So sad. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Why are we jumping to the conclusion? Well, but we're still not sure he did it? Is that what you want to say? You were awfully hammering. Like, I know again, spoilers, but like, motherfucker, I can't talk about it. I wonder about that. Just that's how he laughs. I like that laugh. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. In the Japanese translation, it's bloodbath fever. Why didn't they do that? I have no idea. There's probably a reason. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Well, that's a splatter. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. Must have been splattered with blood during the murder. I imagine if we're gonna Detroit become human this, Makoto like cleans down and he pulls a Byakuya's like, Makoto! The fuck are you doing? Coming, Lieutenant. I have Detroit Become Human up on the games I'm gonna play in the future, which is very exciting. I can't wait to play that game. But also, let's think about it. That is, like, quite the trajectory. And it's weird. It's, like, nowhere else. Logically. Because, okay, the dumbbell's the murder weapon. We can all agree. It's a blunt object. And it's covered in blood. Like, it must have come down this way and spattered all over here. Just trying to make things make sense in my brain. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder? Yes, Makoto. I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Maybe it was to lift weights. No, specifically, its prime usage is a murder weapon. Anything else is just absurd. Okay. I use this locker room all the time. Now, it has become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that's true. It wouldn't have been hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise. But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was just killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? I don't know. There are night owls. Insomniacs, Makoto. I do shit better at, like, 3 a.m. But at the same time, I don't, so...
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. Or maybe Chihiro doesn't like working out around other people. I'm like that. Like, whenever I work out, I don't like doing it with other people. I like doing it by myself. Because then I'm free from my constant fear of them possibly judging me. Would you consider that social anxiety? It's like CrossFit in high school was awful for me because of that. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Oh, and instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However.
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have had to come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Nice! Sakura's voice sometimes kills me. Okay, there's Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't that strong. Makoto. Makoto, I am horrendously offended by that. Everyone make fun of Makoto. Point and laugh. How dare. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Because it doesn't fucking matter. Strip motherfucker. The cause of Chihiro's complex was misogyny. I can't help wondering what that might be. Mondo's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Now I believe it's about time for some... No, I wanted to talk to Kyoko. My wife. I mean... Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case and every asset. That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. Unless if you want to pull and Motherfucker. It's wow. Buffered real hard. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person at the time. I was trying to say if you wanted to pull an Angelica Schuyler. Well, then it went So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself, dipshit. It's no fun if you don't, right? You just want me to do all the work. You're not doing anything, you fool. Anyways, let's check the door. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, this is about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
I hate this. If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct! So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. Yes, Makoto! Good job! God, this feels like Dora the Explorer. Such if it turned, like, to a killing game or something. Hola! Soy Dora! Can you spot the dead body? Wouldn't that technically be Amanda the Adventurer? I've never played that game, and I don't know much about it, but I feel like that's similar. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what... Allow me to tell you what you're thinking, apparently because I'm a know-it-all. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple! He's like, good lord, you're simple. But he's a simple man, Byakuya. He's just a baby. Go easy on him. No, I won't go easy on him. But am I wrong? Am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son from the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I... And you're not... Bitch, you're not even an appetizer. I was about to say you're like... the bread at restaurants. You're like... a little dish of balsamic vinegar. Probably even less than that. Like, dude. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk... They're not people anymore, they're things!
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Oh, wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but... in order to borrow something from someone that means someone would have to loan it, so,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self. Stops off in a huff like, doo, doo, doo. If it's like little squeaky feet like,
That's fine.
well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties. My god. Oh, I want to sucker punch him so bad. So I'll fill you in, Mice. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. What do you mean? Card reader's been added to the truth bullet section of our handbook. What do you mean? We just literally looked at one thing. Can we look at other stuff? Maybe I can get a coin. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Well, I know exactly what we're looking for. It's this. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. Oh, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So, you finally found... Dude, that was the first thing I looked at. Fuck you. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. I didn't find them by chance. I knew exactly what I was looking for. So I didn't even insinuate I got lucky, even though I am the lucky student. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of the dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. Immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Oh no! You're right. This is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited only. The act of loaning in a handbook, blah, 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 blah. I already gone over this. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Nice! The main hall e-handbooks.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Monoku was like, "You're wrong!" Pummeled with baseballs. Oh, that's a haunting image for some reason. I didn't like him that much, but I'm still sad. The memory came flood, blah, blah, blah. I'm just so startled by his piercing ice white eyes. Those are piercing blue. So blue, they're almost white. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault. 2 peanuts while walking through a park. One was assaulted. That Joker matches perfectly with this music. Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Now I'm really angry.
Hey. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There is no way it would break that easily. But it did. If I say it would break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it won't do crap. Even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you.
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. And Liam must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask... Oh wait, I think that was Monokuma saying that. But you might ask, how could that be? Even the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Otherwise, something about it still bothers me. Nice! A broken handbook! Okay, then. This should be enough to get things rolling. Oh, I thought you said it was about time. I swear to God, if you were about to say, like, it's time for the class trial, I'd be like, hold on, slow your roll. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. God rest. I don't know the rest. To be exact. Not quite. By the way, you're wondering, where did you find this kazoo? I have a desk. In my bottom desk drawer, I have a packet full of these. I bought them for Twitch, for the comedic purpose. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. Talking, using all these voices just dries me up. Like, goddamn. Hold on, there's still more here. Wait. Oh, okay. Well, how dare. What do you mean, more to be checked? I'm getting... There is genuinely, I don't think, anything here. Does he want me to check the mailbox again? I'll do that. There's a mailbox here, and inside are 3 handbooks, I assume, but the rule says lending you handbooks. Oh, am I? Okay, so, nope. What do you want us to look at? The guns? A surveillance camera, and there's what I can only assume is a gun attached to it. It's so chilling. Let's take a look. It's another gun! A surveillance camera. Well, it's all chilling. You get a coin. Nice! You noticed the gun! A hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. What do you mean? What did you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. I certainly want to reveal Chihiro's killer. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer. But more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Motherfucker, I can't say anything about that. Then, you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit of this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious... Can we already go through this line of dialogue? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people. But that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that'll prove it. And I can show you. Can we leave now? Hold on, there's still more. What do you mean? What the fuck? Okay, do I talk to him again? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Do you really think it's Trinity Jack? When you feel here, absolutely. Okay, and I have a basis. Okay, basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence. Something like that really? Ah, hey, you too. Big trouble. I need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone, peasant.
I mean,
But it's an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please. You gotta help me. Okay. Can we go?
please,
Motherfucker, I want to leave the room.
please.
And leave Byakuya behind in the dust. I hate him. This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean,
But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. You never care about anyone, and now all of a sudden you do care? Are you sure? This is weird.
Myself.
Don't make me repeat myself. Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Wow. Voicing a lot of people just... Oh, Toko. Ah! Okay. Ding dong. Pizza time. Is Toko inside? Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Ding dong. Wait, do I talk to people? Like... You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, to see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Like, the Illuminati's real. And the Earth is flat. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
And NASA's just bending light to cover it all up. Toko, a flat earther. We should try talking to her ourselves. And Armageddon is only 13 days away, when the sky will turn blood red. Yeah, good idea. Ding dong! I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and Oh my god. You guys are about to see me get upset. Glint? Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
Nothing.
Bryce.
That Tina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
I do it all the time, it's fine.
Leave me alone.
Don't have to be so mean.
Yeah, for sure. But can you open up just for a second?
Open up to your feelings, Toko. Open up to us. This is a safe space. Maybe if you talked more, we'd figure this out together.
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let genocide Jack control.
Okay. This is where I get mad. Not mad, well, mad, but I'm not gonna show my frustration as much as I want to. I'm just disappointed. Very disappointed. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. Bonked me on the nose and gave me a nosebleed. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. Okay, motherfucker. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Yes! Is that why Toko's so scared? But also, okay. Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? But also, I want to pause for like a hot second and talk about this. Like, I want to talk about this for like a hot second, and it looks like, I just realized, it looks like Jesus is in the background. Real quick, I'm going to turn off my fan. Fan? Lamp. Lamp fan. I don't know, man. I thought turning on the light would give it a cozy look, but it's not. I'm gonna talk about this for a hot second. So the rest of this chapter, probably for the rest of the game, will basically be inaccurate representation of mental illnesses. Specifically, and I'm gonna spoil it because I think it might be obvious for some of you guys. Maybe. Whoever's actually, let me double check. Oh, they're not here anymore. Damn it. Because this is God, I don't know. Oh, okay. So I'll say this. You know what? Even if I was playing this blindly and I didn't know, I still would have brought this up. Like, the fact that Toko has, dissociative identity disorder. I guess you would consider that a spoiler, but if you're like me who knows about it and stuff like that, you would also kind of jump to that conclusion. Considering she says, I won't let Genocide Jack have control, or something along those lines. It's really stupid how it's portrayed. That's what makes me angry, is the fact that they are portraying a mental illness, or disability. What would this be classified as? A mental issue so poorly, and it frustrates me. Yes, of course! Someone has someone has dissociative identity disorder, and one of their personalities is a serial killer. God, it's just like Split by M. Night Shyamalan all over again. Ugh, I hate it. I really hate it. Anyways, let's continue. Byakuya, your services are needed. Hey, Byakuya. You think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You gotta talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. You like her, don't you? Ugh, gross. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. Ding dong! After a few moments, Togo, I got you a present. It's Byakuya. Oh. Baklava.
Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. This line of dialogue is what tipped me off. And ticked me off. Tipped and ticked me off. I won't let Genocide Jack have control oh my god. And with that, the door slammed shut. Oh, well, guess that didn't work. Let's give up. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. None of one of her delusions, I'm sure. Fuck you. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. He just sped. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination and his destiny. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Byakuya, now's no time to read. Come on, let's go in. Okay, what do you want? Is this the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack? That it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me say it again. If I remember, on the other side of the door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Okay. Some archive room. Whoa. There's so many books and files. And so much dust, too. My dust allergies are acting up. I need to be taken to the hospital.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Fuck you. Okay. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh? That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at that now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. There's so many files stuffed under the shelf. What's in all these things?
that's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diners of what? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. This is where we find out Byakuya's conspiracy interest. That some secret cult is just controlling society. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? Do you want to fuck around and find out? No, just let it go for now. Huh? That was a security camera. Okay. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Over where? It's looks like it's under there. Underwear. Nice. Byakuya tricks you to say underwear. Okay. Okay. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It provided very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Okay. Did I fang out some shiz behind him? There's a ton of thick files stuffed under the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through them, let me give you a little warning. They're thick as fuck. With 3 C's! Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use! A little bit of Sonic 06 right there. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What, being trapped in a giant school? Being forced to kill each other? Like, bro, you've already experienced, like, the extraordinary. The extraordinary. There's a difference between extraordinary and extraordinary, in my opinion. All the way you pronounce it and whether or not there's a space. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? You can barely believe the fact that you're put in a school forced to kill your friends that you just met or live the rest of your life here? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what do you consider usual? What you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense? I can't talk. But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all of these documents, and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty, because how dare? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words,
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my... Supreme Overlord! But to become such a ruler... Ew, Byakuya ruling... Okay. I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. He could be. That's not a spoiler, by the way. And what always interested me was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. I butchered that. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent a mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. Among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
that's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust, or in Japanese, bloodbath fever, is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that, when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Trying to imitate the crucifixion of Jesus. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. Oh, it's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Whew. Oof. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, you take a shot. Take a shot. No one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the... Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was... Oh. Yep, okay. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. The Genocide Jack really is? Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us? Bum, 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 bum. Okay.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get... Oh, really? Poor phrasing, Piyaka. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even... Ew! Why? Piyaka, how's that getting on my... Okay, the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg. But I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here. But you can't take it with you. What are you trying to blow this case? Oh! Murder case of Genocide Jack, top secret. Well, I'm most certainly gonna look at it if it says top secret. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Okay, moving on really quickly. The names of Genocide Jack systems ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Wow, as young as 14. Why are we going through all the names? Komatsu Nataro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida, now she's butchering these names. Takeshi Masune Yuto, there's no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read, all the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way, but I really want to move on. As at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Oh, thank God. I hated that image. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page, there's more. But wait, there's more. So gross. Profiling results. All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during the holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. So don't go out Christmas shopping. You might just be caught up in a murder. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it is unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests... Told you! At least they used the right fucking terminology. Other than that, I'm highly disappointed that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. It doesn't even deserve to be called that. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? In this case, yes, Makoto. But in real life, it is not like... Oh my god. I have to remain calm, or I'm going to lose it. I have to be patient with myself and not scream. Okay. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind is going numb. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck about my own... Okay. God. I don't... Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! It was so weak. I hate this. I genuinely hate this. I genuinely hate this. And I'm going to be saying that a lot. Because this is poorly... What's the word? Misrepresented. Is that a right word? This is, As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. God, motherfucker. Like, this franchise is great, but it's just horrid on so many levels when it comes to this. Like, how dare they interpret dissociative identity disorder this way. Like, this is not how it works. I don't have it myself, so I can't speak on experience. But from research I know, you don't just have a serial killer personality trait. Or personality. Oh my god. Again, M. Night Shyamalan Split. Never seen that movie, but I know the basics of it, and I've seen clips, and I've never been so frustrated and mad in my entire life. And I've seen Hercules. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? But you're breaking up with me? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. I can't. This chapter is going to be the death of me. I'm going to be pulling my hair out. God damn. I'm just going to be providing fun, like, I'm just going to let you guys know. This is... DID is not portrayed this way. Or DID should not be portrayed this way at all. And just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I feel like I was just some plaything tossed around. At the same time, I had uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene. The girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room, too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything that I can. To the locker rooms. Okay. Oh, hey, what's up? I don't think you're exactly important to this case. Let's double check the body. Let's notice the inconsistency. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body. Oh, so... Okay, let's talk to Kyoko then. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murderer. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. I'll be praying for you. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Nice! Baby! Why did you have to go? Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in some kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's an issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. Okay. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide file, something's not quite right. Yeah, there aren't intricate scissors being, poked into Chihiro's lifeless body. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Do we have to? I don't wanna. Still more I need to check. Oh, what do you mean? I need to talk to people again? I don't wanna. The word bloodlust is written in one blood, just like all this other shit. The word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. Okay, let's talk to Sakura. Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Let's take a look at that bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the carpet. It could have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Okay, what else is there to look? Due to a real complex about being weak. That line of dialogue's already happened. What the fuck am I missing? Look at Chihiro's body again? There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. Man, I come inside. Dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. Let's look at the corpse again. His head's about what looks like some kind of rope, but it isn't warped at all. Blow to the head. First, I didn't see any reason to think about too much of them. I hate it. I hate it. What does this all mean? But look at the file. Oh wait, the Genocide Jack file. What the fuck am I missing? It's a bloodstain poster. Ah, there we go. The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Can I leave now? Hey, the girls, finally, thank you. Move out of the way, Hifumi. Alright. It's the same. Except blue. Exactly the same. Okay. Well, that's weird. Boy band poster. Huh. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Doesn't fit Monokuma's misogynistic decorations. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is. That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? Thank you! Yes! But if they were, why? What's the reason? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Nice! 2 locker room posters. Okay, there's more evidence. It's a shit stain. There's a strange stain on the carpet. Don't get too close. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet. It's some dude worked out so hard he shit himself. Well, someone who's been here constantly and frequently. Sakura! You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really... I'm butchering the voice. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. Solid. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. Oh, when he said that. Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, it isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. God, that hurt. I like strained the outside of my neck. Disappearing stain. Ah! That hurt me. Can I leave? Leave the girls' locker room? Okay. I need to figure out. Hifumi, you're not important to this case. Oh, no, I didn't. Ding, ding, ding. Hifumi has discovered the evidence revealing the identity. Apparently he is, actually. Never mind. Another stat increase for me. Evidence. What'd you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile to... yeah. Really? What'd she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right. No, I think it's the opposite way around. Oh, sorry. That's what people say. It's never true. Okay, so... Where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time... She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Can I leave? Thank you. That's where I was about to say, like, where's the warehouse? That's what I was meaning to figure out. Apparently Hifumi is a bit important to this case. Entirely. Hi, Taka. God, this soundtrack's always a bop. That's the class trial door. That's a classroom. That's the bathhouse. We need to do some more exploring at some point. That's laundry. Warehouse. Warehouse might be this way, because that's a package. I'm using my deduction skills. Ah, yeah, okay. Hey! My big titty goth GF. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then did you find something? Very well. I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really? This was right before nighttime.
what are you doing
Oh.
out this late?
See, I'm afraid to try and do the accent because I don't want to be stupid.
I was just...
Chihiro!
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
How would I do the accent?
How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
Why thanks?
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Odd. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Oh, fuck you! So apparently, I'm seeing stuff that looks like knockoff Tide. You see the orange bottles? That looks like Tide. She went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Nice, Celeste's account. Is this it? Damn it. What else do we need to look for? Is this a fridge side convention? I don't see anything noteworthy here. There's all different kinds of food stacked up. I don't see anything noteworthy. Oh, right, we gotta look at that genocide. I'll take a look at all this. Monitor. I'm gonna look at all this so I don't have to come back later. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. Towels, jackets, look like they put together a good collection of school equipment. Okay. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. Security camera, surveillance camera. Okay, let's leave. Then let's go back to the library. I feel like that should have been the thing we should have done first. But no, I just had to go see Celeste because I knew she had something for us. Got too eager, my bad. At least I have the power of the sprint. Taka's like, no running in the halls. That honestly would have been a good game feature. If, like, you sprint by Taka, he yells at you saying, no running in the halls. Right, this way, this way, this way, this way. Bam. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's see. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Damn it. Okay, never mind. Let's take a look at that stuff again. Boop! The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. Okay, cool. Where's the Genocide Jack file? I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it's around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that... I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Do I gotta go find Byakuya? Jeez, I don't want to go do that. Where's Byakuya? Where... Do I really have to go on a wild goose chase? Hold on, I'm actually lost. I'm gonna look up a walkthrough. Maybe? I gotta look this up. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay. Hold on, I just want to make sure because I don't want to spend too much time. Okay. 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 Okay, so I guess not. Let's take a look at this then. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right there. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord near here now. I wonder if... Nice. There we go. Please say that's it. Oh my god, it's not? Are you kidding me? Do I have to go talk to Byakuya? Are you kidding me? I don't... Where the fuck would he be? Oh, whoops. Where would he be? Where would that fool be? Where? Oh, whoops. Jim. Nope. 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 Where the fuck? Nope. Where? What? 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 Oh, okay. I know what I gotta do next. Where do I'm lost. Oh god. I got lost. We're so close to finishing this chapter. It's only been like 2 hours. That's great. That's awesome. Nope. Gotta go find. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Okay. You! Okay. Oh, Hina. How's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's 2 things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise. Oh, that was Makoto. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yup, it's true. And it wasn't just us, either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally be fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait, maybe. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? What? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Maybe she just does a better time connecting with dudes. I don't know, maybe they enjoy the company of dudes better. I don't know. There we go. We got all the clues, baby. Oh, class trial. Oh, ding dong bing bong. I'm getting bored. Ahem.
So, I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
So it's very convenient whenever we gather enough clues to get the killer. Then he's like, I'm bored.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Mm-hmm.
You remember where to meet, right?
No.
Please go through the red door on the first floor
Of the school.
See you soon.
Whatever. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. No, it's right there in front. And that's where we'll end it, ladies and gentlemen. I genuinely hope you guys all enjoyed this stream. Ooh, okay. I really hope that you guys all enjoyed the stream. Tune in next time. The next time I play Danganronpa, we will be doing the class trial. I'm very nervous considering how bad I did with the quick time events, or like the bullet time thing. I was very bad at that. I need to figure out how to actually do that. Maybe I'll figure it out between streams. With that, tune in next time where we figure out who Chihiro's murderer is. And this is your Time Replays leader, signing off.